Yeah, so Bonner's gone. DeWanna Bonner's gone. Indiana fans, I'm so sorry. This is a horrible video for you. DeWanna Bonner is not coming back, according to Andy Cosmo in Front Office Sports.
There's a huge mystery surrounding DeWanna Bonner and her absence, okay? In these past 4 games, guys, in the past 4 games, DeWanna Bonner has been MIA for the Indiana Fever. It's getting to the point where I'm on my Twitter timeline. The fans are saying that DeWanna Bonner has quote-unquote quiet quit, okay? They say that she is quiet quitting the Indiana Fever.
Dawn Staley just made a shocking move. She left the Indiana Fever like she had more important things to do. Maybe she really does. Was it drama, shade, or just being fed up with the chaos that the WNBA has become? Either way, she left quicker than a coach after getting ejected. This isn't just someone quitting, it's a full-on basketball soap opera.
DeWanna Bonner is officially done with the Indiana Fever. Now, DB has been out for the past 6 games for personal reasons, but other than that, the team has been pretty quiet on what exactly is going on, and there's been so much speculation around her absence. But the whole thing was just kind of bizarre, and a lot of Fever fans were speculating that we're not going to see her back. And just today, it was announced that she has no intentions on returning to the Indiana Fever, and her preferred destinations are either Atlanta or the Phoenix Mercury. It's also been reported that the main reason that she wanted to leave is because things felt off from the beginning and she thought that she would be a star.
Somewhere between Dana Bonner's stylish tunnel walk and another disappointing game, she decided she was over it. Not overgrowing or getting better, just done. No warning, no heads up. One moment she was pouting on the bench, and the next, gone. She left the Indiana Fever like a bad date, disappearing without a word and leaving the team totally confused.
In another non-shocking turn of events, it's being reported that DeWanna Bonner no longer wants to be with Indiana Fever. I was shocked in the first place that she went there, to be honest, based on the harassment that her and her wife received last year from the Fever fans. So this is not shocking to me. This article, it says that her potential landing spots could be Phoenix or the Dream. You guys know I got Dream season tickets, so I'm biased. Come to ATL. She started the season off starting with the Fever and then was promptly benched, and Lexi started in the starting position, so this is all speculation. I don't know, right?
Let's be real, this wasn't about self-care or burnout. Dana Bonner didn't go off on some healing retreat. This was straight up, if I'm not starting, I'm out. She wasn't looking to fight for her spot, she expected it handed to her. And when the Fever offered her a bench seat instead of the spotlight, she didn't just sulk, she blew everything up.
Of course the DeWanna Bonner news would come out while I'm out. But I can't say that it caught me by surprise, because it certainly didn't. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's surprising. DeWanna Bonner signs a free agent contract with the Indiana Fever, and after a handful of games, wants a Fever exit, apparently. And that is a strange situation, right? Because she was embraced, she had her achievement at the beginning of the season, moving up the scoring ranks. They were referring to her as Mama Bear in training camp, and now all of a sudden that has fallen apart. She was out of the starting lineup, hadn't really produced that much, particularly on the offensive end. And this...
Now Indiana's front office is probably still trying to figure out how she managed to file metaphorical divorce papers mid-practice. The same team that gave her a chance to resurrect whatever was left of her veteran glow-up got blindsided by an ego eruption so big NASA probably picked it up. Dana didn't just walk away, she strutted out like she was on an award show carpet, minus the accolades, minus the applause.
But I see a lot of Fever fans being very negative towards DB, talking about I never seen someone take so much personal time off, and but who takes personal time off? I don't know if you're not family origin. I don't know if you may hate your family, but family comes first over everything. Okay? I don't know, maybe you're not family origin, but family comes first. If she having issues of stuff going on with her family, how about we pray about it, okay? She's a human being. Stuff happens to them just like shit happens to us. Life be lifing. They have shit happen to them just like shit happened to us. So let's not do that.
So where's Dana Bonner off to now? Apparently, she's trying to build a WNBA super team like she's forming Destiny's Child, Retirement Edition. Rumor has it she's eyeing Atlanta, because of course she is. Atlanta's where aging stars go to feel relevant again. And to make it more dramatic, she wants to team up with Brittany Griner, yes, the same Griner who's busy writing her own comeback story. It sounds less like a power duo and more like a buddy cop movie where no one solves anything, they just subtweet each other. Dana seems to think playing alongside Griner will reignite her career, even though her recent performances say otherwise. It's like two washed-up pop stars launching a tour to pay off bad mortgages. But the real twist? Dana suddenly flipped on Caitlin Clark. 1 minute, she's acting like a mentor. The next, she treats Caitlin's success like a personal insult. It's as if she saw Clark on a cereal box and decided that was her villain origin story. Forget that Caitlin's popularity is dragging the entire WNBA into the spotlight. Dana just couldn't handle sharing it.
So DeWanna Bonner pulls one of the weakest moves in sports history and quits on the Indiana Fever, not even halfway through the season, man. Your ass couldn't hit the fucking side of a barn and was stinking it up every game, and you're mad about a starting spot or some bullshit? Completely lost all respect for your punk ass, man. And now your preferred destination is the Phoenix Mercury and the Dream. Oh, what? So you can go back with Alyssa Thomas and Scissor? What the fuck kind of bullshit is this? And then all the people that hate Caitlin Clark so much, the Black Clan and Black Clan panders, are sitting here supporting this weak-ass move.
Dana went from mentor to mean girl overnight. Suddenly, every missed pass felt like a personal attack, every ignored high five was a betrayal, and every time Caitlin Clark hit a deep three, Dana looked like someone just stole her parking spot. It stopped being basketball, it turned into high school with sweatbands. And no, Connecticut's not waiting with open arms either. She tried sneaking back in like everyone forgot how she bailed last time, but the Sun have moved on. They're not here to be rehab for bruised egos. While they're focused on winning games, Dana's busy crafting Instagram stories like she's filming a betrayal documentary. She's not chasing championships, she's chasing attention. And let's be honest, nothing screams, "I still matter" louder than quitting mid-season because the coach didn't throw her a red carpet. Dana wanted to walk into the locker room like a queen, forgetting royalty earns their crown. Instead, she acted like effort was beneath her and entitlement was her superpower.
Now, some people have been saying that her banner has been taken down. I don't know how true that is, but from what people are saying and seeing, they said her banner is taken down. Now, yes, that is alarming if it is real. I don't know exactly what it might mean if they did take it down, but you have to think it's not a good sign. Now, we all remember what Stephanie White ended up saying in the practice when asked about DeWanna Bonner. She was saying, like, you know, there's no timeline, right? No timeline, but they're just making sure that they're staying supportive of her. So I don't know if it's really a team thing, a team issue, the reason why she is missing right now. I feel like it really is something.
Dana's big pitch to Atlanta? It reeks of desperation. It's giving, "My group chat hyped me up." She's banking on star power she doesn't have anymore and chemistry that never existed. And honestly, the last thing Atlanta needs is another drama magnet who disappears when things get tough. But sure, why not throw more fuel on the fire? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out there taking hits, trying to carry the league into a new era, while Dana treats the WNBA like her own reality show. There's no hunger, no grind, just attitude, entitlement, and endless side-eye. She's not really playing basketball anymore, she's performing. And no one's clapping. It's not just that she quit, it's how she did it. Full diva mode. She didn't exit quietly, she made sure it was a spectacle. Now she's acting like a free agent with choices, when all she really has is nostalgia and an old highlight reel that hasn't been updated in years. If anyone signs her, it'll be out of sheer curiosity, like watching a reboot of a show that was never that good to begin with. Her game isn't sharp enough to back up the noise, and her attitude's drowning out everything else. This isn't a comeback, it's a vanity tour in sneakers.
Excuse me, DeWanna Bonner? What do you mean you don't want to play for the Fever anymore? You signed a contract, you made a commitment to this team, and you're just gonna jump out of it right in the middle? Get out of here with that, go retire. We didn't need you anyways, you weren't doing anything for our team. You know what? This frees up a roster spot. Maybe we can go get Ari McDonald and actually become a championship caliber team now. No interest in playing for the Fever. I'll go play for the Fever. They don't want me. I'll